check. Yep, you can hear me. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Don't remember playing the New Zealand game yesterday, to be fair. When did I play the New Zealand game? Maybe I did. Wait, I did. Yeah, I remember it now. But I also played the Malta game and now it's not there. Weird. Right, let me quickly get the transfer news up for you guys. Yeah, so we're going to have to replay that Malta game. Sadly. Right. It'll be the better team. I think this is the better team. Yep. But then I put in Richard Chin for Jones. Right, let's go. Let me find the transfer news. I want the full match key. Go tackle Alexander-Arnold. Bless me. Hello. If I could turn down. There's not a way I could turn down. It's 1-0. I'm trying to get my transfer news to you. That's how we just do it again. 1-0. Right, I'm trying to figure out how can I Let me pause you quickly. Right, I've just put the microphone on my controller. I'm going to check if it works better than on the microphone. So let me check that right now. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't work when I go like this and put on the sound. Yeah, it does. Right, we're inside in Discord. I think I can mute on this as well. It's like, I'm speaking. Now I am. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think this works brilliantly actually. Right, I am delighted with, well no not, but I accidentally clicked delighted now. Right, this plays. What's the other score? Who's in our group? Albania. Oh, they've played 2 though. So they're winning 2-0 and 1. Yeah. Slovenia, they won a game. We're winning. Slovakia drew. Right, so it's Albania versus Slovakia, I think. It's the game. Yeah, and it's 0-0 right now. So basically, we're on track to be in top of the group. Trent. Try and press it in, but we can't. Rashford. Reddit to Sterling. Grealish. Bellingham. Rashford off the post. Oh yeah, Rashford scores. Oh no, it's offside. It's on to Rashford. It's free. Alright, let's get to the end then. Oh, one more attempt. Shaw puts it in. Gomez saved, cleared. got a corner. Puts it in by Shaw. Rashford can get in with it. He runs. Right, we won 3-0. United. Woohoo. Yay. And Albania actually lost their game to Slovenia. To Slovakia 1-0. So Slovenia 3-0. So that's +3, -2, +3. So we should be first. Right, Rashford on form, who reserves us with blah 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 blah, duty ends. Now we've got 80 days until our game against Slovakia. Fucking wonderful. Club in England set to release players. We save this here. Google's not opening on my laptop, so I'll open it on my phone. Right, transfer centre. The last thing I updated you on was yesterday at around 11 o'clock. Let me see if I can find it. Right. Papers. Spurs owners tell Levy to sell Kane if contract rejected. Tottenham owner Joe Lewis has told chairman Daniel Levy that Harry Kane must be sold this summer if the striker refuses to sign a new contract. Manchester United could revive their interest in Harry Kane after Tottenham's decision. Manchester United have been told that they would have to pay Harry Kane a whopping $30 million a year to sign him. Rangers table final offer for Danilo. Rangers have tabled one final take it or leave it bid to price Brazilian striker Danilo away from Feyenoord, reports the Daily Record. Good morning, transfers return at 9 AM, tune in, blah blah blah. Right. Suleiman makes some Gayet move as Naby trains in Cyprus. Pakistan defender and ex-England youth captain Issa Suleiman has completed a transfer to Samgayet FK as international teammate Rahis Naby trains in Cyprus ahead of his next move. Podence expected to leave Wolves. Wolves are expected to sell winger Daniel Podence after he stayed behind from their Portugal camp to train at their Compton Park training ground. Sabitzer to Dortmund edges closer. Marcel Sabitzer to Borussia Dortmund from Bayern. Here we go. €90 million package agreed. Add-ons also included. Long-term deal ready to be signed later this week if all goes to plan. Manchester United decided against his return weeks ago. BVB on it, as Plettigold called. Hislop conscious after collapsing on air. Former Newcastle, West Ham, Portsmouth and Charlton goalkeeper Shaka Hislop is conscious after he collapsed on air working for US broadcaster ESPN on Sunday night. The 54-year-old was covering the Real Madrid vs AC Milan friendly at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena when he passed out and fell during a pre-match interview. At half-time in a match which Real won 3-2, ESPN presenter Dan Thomas gave a positive update on the ex-Trinidad and Tobago international's condition. He said, "As it stands, it's good news. He's conscious, he's talking. I think he's a little embarrassed about it all. He's apologised profusely. He's not a man who likes people to make a fuss of him. Obviously it's far too early to make any sort of diagnosis, but the important thing is he's conscious. We spoke to his family as well, because as you can imagine, seeing that happen, there can't be many more things that would scare you as a family. Things are looking okay." Chelsea keen on Palace star Elise. Chelsea have reportedly made a £39 million offer to sign Crystal Palace star Michael Olise, who plays who on the first Premier League weekend. Manchester City face a reunion with Vincent Kompany as the champions kick off 2023-2024 Premier League season away at newly promoted Burnley on Friday, August the 11th. Last season's championship winners have been handed a daunting first assignment on their return to the top flight as Pep Guardiola's treble winners travelled to Turf Moor on Friday Night Football. The game is the first instalment of a bumper opening weekend live on Sky Sports, as Newcastle host Aston Villa on Saturday Night Football. Tottenham travel to Brentford, and Pochettino takes on Liverpool in his first game as Chelsea manager on Super Sunday. And Manchester United entertain Wolves on the first Monday Night Football of the season. Newly promoted Sheffield United host Palace on the opening weekend, while Luton Town travel to Brighton for the first ever Premier League game. Arsenal host Nottingham Forest, West Ham travel to Bournemouth, and Everton host Fulham to complete the first round of fixtures. Bellingham impresses on debut. Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti was impressed with the debut of complete midfielder Jude Bellingham in a 3-2 pre-season victory over AC Milan in LA. Federico Valverde scored twice in quick succession before Vincent Kompany Vinicius Junior netted the winner 6 minutes from time after Fikayo Tomori and Luca Romero had given the Italians a 2-0 half-time lead. England international Bellingham featured for the first time since making an £88.5 million switch from Dortmund, playing 64 minutes before he was replaced by Nico Paz. Ancelotti told Real's official website, "I was really impressed with Bellingham. Bellingham played very well and the team has to get used to his quality, which is unbelievable. His arrival into the box is hugely important for the team. He's a fantastic player, very important for us, because he's a complete midfielder and brings real pace and intensity to the game. He moves extremely well without the ball and he's different to the other midfielders we have. He makes the most of the free space and adds another dimension to this squad, which is fantastic." Premier League clubs chase Oxlade-Chamberlain. Two Premier League clubs, Aston Villa and Brentford, are interested in signing England international Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It is also understood that he has offers from the MLS and Turkey in addition to interest from Saudi Arabia. The former Liverpool midfielder has already turned down lucrative proposals abroad, as it is understood that his preferred option is to remain in England. Oxlade-Chamberlain, who turns 30 next month, still feels he has a future at international level, having won the last of his 35 caps in 2019. Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson endorsed his former teammate and his future prospects in his final matchday programme notes at the end of last season. "I want to make this point because I think it is critical that people outside our intimate work environment understand it. Ox is currently in the shape of his life, and whoever gets him next has won the lottery. He's been fit and one of our standout players in training consistently for the past 2 seasons. Being honest, I'm buzzing for Ox, but gutted he gets a chance to have a fresh start somewhere else. What I felt back on summer transfer deadline night in 2017 when he signed for Liverpool still applies now. The guy is dynamite. What a player." Fulham set to offer £7 million for Everton's Gray. Fulham are willing to pay £7 million for Demarai Gray as Everton look to cash in on their new Jamaica international. 5 clubs chasing Mbappe. More than 5 clubs have contacted PSG this weekend about signing Kylian Mbappe, including Premier League clubs. There's already a hot market for the player and PSG are expecting more developments this week. Clubs have been alerted to the fact that PSG are willing to loan out Mbappe for next season. PSG has received a mix of offers including cash plus players. PSG will do whatever it takes to recoup some of their investment in him to prevent him leaving on a free transfer to Real Madrid next summer. At the moment, Mbappe is willing to dig his heels in, sacrifice next season and leave on a free from Madrid. He won't play for PSG again if he doesn't extend his contract. United set to formalise Højlund's interest. Manchester United expected to formalise their interest in Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund in the coming days after positive talks continue between the clubs. United have a valuation and will not overpay. There is a growing feeling Atalanta's asking price would have to come down for United to do a deal that would enable them to comply with FFP rules. United are, though, encouraged by Højlund's desire to join with personal terms, not expected to be a problem. Atalanta boss Gian Piero Gasperini has admitted sometimes clubs and players have to consider huge bids. United to continue to have discussions with other targets if they cannot agree a deal with Atalanta. Frankfurt's Kolo Muani remains a strong option. Weber in talks over Mönchengladbach loan. Leeds defender Max Weber in talks over a deal to join Borussia Mönchengladbach on a season-long loan. Leeds boss Daniel Farke confirmed Weber was left out of the squad for their pre-season friendly defeat against Monaco on Saturday due to a transfer situation. PSG just want Mbappe to leave. Who's going to be able to afford Kylian Mbappe? He is reported to be earning about £2 million a week at PSG. His loyalty bonuses are incredible. There have been reports if he stays at PSG for another season, he stands to make more than £100 million. Interestingly, what I've been told is that PSG are willing to let him to get him. You don't have to worry about paying a transfer fee. You can take him on a loan for one season and agree to pay his wages. As far as PSG are concerned, they just don't want him to go. But of course, the player remains in a strong position because he has a contract. If he wants, he can sacrifice next season and move to Real Madrid for nothing next summer. I've also been told that PSG have had a mix of interest. The people that have been contacting them have been talking about loans and talking about buying him. They've also been talking about player and cash deals. The clubs include 2 or 3 from the Prem, as well as from Italy, Spain and Saudi Arabia. Elanga heads to Forest Medical. Henderson talks continue. Manchester United forward Anthony Elanga has returned to the UK and is having a medical with Nottingham Forest. The clubs agreed a deal worth £50 million last week, and an agreement over personal terms is not expected to be a problem. Talks, meanwhile, continue between Man U and Nottingham Forest over a loan move for Dean Henderson. United gave the green light for discussions to resume following the arrival of Andre Onana. Henderson is on United's US tour but wasn't included in the squad for the victory over Arsenal on Saturday, and will be given permission to fly home if a deal can be agreed. There appears to be a willingness from all parties to get a deal done. Premier League sides among clubs to contact PSG over Mbappe move. At least 5 clubs have contacted PSG in recent days about signing Kylian Mbappe, with Premier League sides among those interested. Dortmund agrees to Sabitzer deal. Borussia Dortmund have agreed a deal in principle to sign midfielder Marcel Sabitzer from Bayern Munich. Sabitzer, who spent the latter part of the season on loan at Manchester United, has flown to Dortmund to complete the deal and undergo a medical. The fee is around €15.1 million, pounds, 90 million euros. Al Hilal make £259 million world record Mbappe deal. Al Hilal have made a world record €300 million offer of PSG striker Kylian Mbappe. Celtic signed South Korean star Yang. Celtic have announced the signing of highly rated South Korean player Seung-Jun Yang, who joins the club on a 5-year deal subject to international clearance. The 21-year-old attacker, who was the K-League Young Player of the Year last season, has signed for Gangwon FC. He joins Korean striker Hyun Ju-oh at Celtic Park and becomes Brendan Rodgers' third signing of the transfer window, following the arrival of Marco Chilio and Odon Thiago home to the club. The Celtic manager said, "We're delighted to bring Yang to the club, and I'm sure he's going to be another great addition to the squad." Celtic's Twitter says, highly rated South Korean player Hyun Jun Yang has signed for Celtic on a 5-year deal subject to the international clearance. Zaha agrees Galatasaray deal. Wilfried Zaha has agreed a deal to join Galatasaray. It's understood he will sign a 3-year deal. A formal announcement is expected today. Spurs, Chelsea, and Man U interested in Mbappe. PSG believe the clubs interested in Kylian Mbappe include Tottenham, Chelsea, Man U, Inter Milan, and Barcelona. None of those clubs could ever come anywhere close to Al Hilal's permanent transfer offer. However, PSG will listen to any and all proposals. Real Madrid may now be tempted to make a formal bid for the player to make sure they don't miss out on him again. Fox set to sign 2-year QPR deal. Morgan Fox is set to complete a deal to QPR today on a 2-year deal. The Leicester returned for the Potters in the Championship last season. The 29-year-old was part of Rob Page's last Wales squad in June, but still remains uncapped for his country. Sarr en route for Marseille Medical. Saints interested in Leicester midfielder Choudhury. Southampton are interested in a deal for Leicester City, the 25-year-old, who spent last season on loan at Watford, impressing with 36 Championship appearances. Choudhury has 1 year left on his current Leicester City contract, but it's through the club are keen to explore the possibility of a new deal. Sky Sports News has been told that the new Leicester City manager Enzo Maresca sees Choudhury as a key part of his plans for the coming Championship season. We're all caught up now. We're second in the world rankings. I'll be back in a sec. Inbox. Right, we've got 75 days until the Slovakia game. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. Let me go through the